Hey there and welcome to our kitchen. I'm Jenny and this is Lauren and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we're bringing the world to your table with a fun twist on a takeout classic.
That's right, Jenny. Today we are making General Tso's tofu. So the classic is, of course, General Tso's chicken, but today we're using tofu instead as a meatless alternative, but we're super excited about it.
Yes, it's so good. I absolutely love tofu. It's one of my favorite proteins. So we've taken a block of extra firm tofu. So you can use firm or extra firm for this recipe, and we've simply just pressed it to get rid of that extra water. So we wrapped it in some Viva paper towels and then placed a heavy skillet on top for about 10 minutes. So I'm just slicing it up into little cubes here. All right, so now onto the marinade for the tofu.
Yes, so we have our tofu in our bowl here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our chili garlic sauce. So you can find this in our ethnic foods aisle at Festival. Then we're gonna add in some reduced sodium soy sauce. You could use tamari for gluten-free. And then we're adding in just a touch of maple syrup for sweetness. And I'm just going to mix this up here so that all our tofu is coated. Since this is our marinade, we're gonna let this sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, just enough time that the tofu, again, gets to take on and soak up all these super great flavors. So I'm gonna move this out of the way since we actually have some that has been marinating.
Next, I'm gonna get started on the sauce. So this sauce, it looks like there are a lot of ingredients, but these are all pretty common ingredients and typical like Asian flavors. So the first thing is unsalted chicken stock. And we have these really cute
I love these
packs of stock because they're so small, so you don't need to waste like an entire big container.
Yep, so there's 1 cup in there, which a lot of recipes call for just about that.
Yeah. So we've got our chicken stock, some garlic, a little bit of ginger, and then we have our rice wine vinegar, a little bit of tang, then some sherry. And if you don't have sherry, you can just use more chicken stock. And then soy sauce or tamari for gluten-free. Maple syrup for a touch of sweetness, because with General Tso's, we're looking for like that sweet, salty, spicy flavor. Then a little bit of sesame oil. So I'm gonna whisk this all together with just a touch of cornstarch to kind of get it all thickened. Thank you. So we want this to be like nice and smooth. We want the sauce.
So we're gonna be reserving our sauce for kind of the very end, but we're gonna add in really everything to our pan. So our next step is we're going to be putting our tofu that's been marinating into just like a plastic baggie.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about getting the kids involved in the kitchen, and this is a really good step for kiddos to help out because it's kind of fun.
Yeah, they can hold open the bag, and you definitely need 2 people to complete this step. So now that we have all our tofu in here, we're gonna coat it, thank you, with some cornstarch. So our cornstarch is what's gonna give us that nice brown sides on our tofu.
So it gives it kind of like a fluffy crust too, almost.
Yes, yep. So just kind of hold this up a little bit more. And now we are ready to cook our tofu. So I'm gonna light our skillet here and add in a little bit of just vegetable oil. Let that get warmed up just a tad. All right, so now that our oil is nice and hot, I don't want to break the tofu, so I'm trying to just kind of get it into the spoon. Add it to our skillet. We want to make sure that we don't overcrowd the skillet either because we do need all sides of the tofu to be touching that hot skillet so that all sides get nice and
crispy.
Yes, exactly.
So we're just gonna let this cook and kind of brown on all sides.
All right, so our tofu looks super good. It's really brown on all sides, nice and toasty. So I'm gonna transfer it to our bowl right over here because next up we're gonna be cooking our veggies.
Yes, and the veggies are super simple, but again, we're always trying to get more veggies in, and broccoli is a pretty typical veggie side for General Tso's. So we've got a little bit of sesame oil and then some broccoli, so just like a small head of broccoli.
I'll add this in.
And then green onions and a little bit more of that chili garlic sauce.
So many good flavors.
Yeah, it smells so good.
Amazing. Thank you.
And while Lauren is working on cooking that, I'm going to go ahead and get our rice in the bowl. So we're just using a steam fresh bag of rice.
So our broccoli's looking really good here.
Yum.
Let's see. I'm going to add back in now our tofu so we can get this served up and try it.
Yeah.
Just mix this all together.
Switch with you.
Add in our sauce here. And we're just gonna cook this until our sauce thickens a little bit. So we have that cornstarch in there, and with the heat, it should reduce a little bit. So our sauce has thickened up really nicely. It looks awesome. Looks like our, very traditional style General Tso's.
So let's give this a try. I'm so excited.
Me too. Oh, yum.
It looks really good.
Dig in.
A little bit of tofu.
Yep, for sure.
Hot.
Very hot.
But it's so good. So we hope you give this General Tso's tofu a try.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit fastfoods.com.